I grew up savoring the Sunday steak dinners I shared with my family in Fairfield, Connecticut. My dad was both chef and sommelier, and even well before I was 21 years of age, my dad let me have a little bit taste of wine. For me, these Sunday steak dinners was what it meant to be Jewish. It wasn't about going to synagogue or Hanukkah or Passover, it was steak. And I always looked forward to the day that I could have my own Jewish family through steak. I don't know if that was typical of other Jewish kids, that they explore their Judaism through steak. But one thing that was pretty typical of my childhood was that my parents hoped and they expected and they prayed that I would marry a Jewish girl. And I did, and that ended in divorce. So I found myself back on the dating scene, which meant signing up for OkCupid and JDate and Tinder. But I was really excited about it. I really looked forward to it. I thought to myself, this is going to be good. I'm going to meet my Bashir. I said, fingers crossed. But many of these dates just didn't work out, and so I was still single. But then one day I signed on to OkCupid, and I saw the woman with the bunny ears, wearing bunny ears. And I was excited because she shared my sense of humor about Judaism, and she loved doing the New York Times crossword puzzle and the arts, and she was an artist. I said, well, this is really good. This is gonna work. Fingers crossed. So I clicked on her and messaged her, and she messaged back, and in short order, we set up a date. And then that evening at 7 p.m., I was there. And I was really excited about it, and I was really looking forward to it, and I waited for her, and I waited, and I waited. But I realized that wasn't bad. As a matter of fact, I thought it was good, because in Judaism, it's considered to be polite to be fashionably late, which unfortunately was a lesson that I had never learned because I was there 20 minutes early. But then I saw a DC bus pull up to near the establishment. It was Open City in DC. Some of you may have been there. And the bus pulled up and the doors opened and my date got off, and I was elated because she looked exactly like she did in her picture, except that she wasn't wearing the bunny ears. So I thought, oh, this is going to be good. But she got off, and she immediately was apologizing for being late. But I waved off her concerns. No, let's just grab a seat. And my blood was flowing. I was imagining those steak dinners with her, cooking her steak as she was making her canvases. And this is what happens when you're in a relationship with an artist. I don't know. And so we sat down, and I had a million questions. What's your style? Tell me about your art curation. Who are your favorite artists? And then she looked me straight in the eye and said, I can't be on a date now. And those 7 words hit me like an Uber smashing into a telephone pole 70 miles per hour. And I wanted to be understanding, and I didn't know what this was about. And did her boyfriend break up with her, or she get fired? And I just didn't have any time to ask those questions because she looked me in the eyes and said, "Can I go?" Okay. And she was then crying, and I thought to myself, oh no, not another woman crying on the first date. And she got up, practically knocking over the table in the process, and she moved away from my table, and as my date hopped away into the distance, I realized that I didn't need a woman with bunny ears. And I was still confused because I didn't know why she had left. And I was left on a limb because I called my friends, my mom, and no one was available. So I was just left to myself. I still had those dreams of a steak dinner with the right Jewish family. But then it occurred to me that I could still have those Sunday steak dinners. And it would be okay because I just figured, what the hell? I'll just sign up for Yelp. And I will go online and I will write my reviews of my Sunday steak dinners, and everyone will love me for them. And to this day, I still don't know why my date left me. I will probably never know why my date left me. But I knew one thing. It wasn't me. Thank you.